Welcome. Today I will be paraphrasing, summarizing, and sharing on the November 9th Al-Anon readings, Encouraged to Change, and a little time for myself. We'll begin with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. We'll begin with a little time for myself. Take a minute to look it over. The question of the day is, what helps me focus on my own responsibilities today? The reading is about knowing what our responsibilities are, knowing what's out of our control and really none of our business, and understanding that my attitude, my happiness, and doing what's important to me are in my control. It talks about concept 1, which states the ultimate responsibility and authority for Al-Anon world service belongs to the Al-Anon groups. So what that means for us individually is that we're responsible for our recovery. And we can do that more easily when we let go of things that don't have anything to do with us and are out of our control. So what helps me focus on my own responsibilities today? Well, Al-Anon does. The Serenity Prayer does when I ask for serenity to accept the things I cannot change and courage to change the things I can. Focusing on my own attitudes, my own happiness, doing what is important for my well-being. I guess practicing my program is the biggest thing that helps me do that, because I just feel better when I do that. I feel more at peace, which is so funny because I'm filming this on November 5th, and I'm only 4 days ahead, which is the least amount of days I've ever been ahead, because I like to be consistent with my videos. And what if I get sick tomorrow and I can't film? Like, I want to make sure that I have a video every day to be consistent. In any case, I went to the doctor today because my heartbeat has been rapid for me. And my doctor was so kind. I just love him so much. He asked me a lot of questions. He listened to me. He listened to my concerns. He said, "Are you at all concerned about the election?" I'm only laughing because, when I I wouldn't be surprised if he's seeing more. I didn't ask, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's seeing more people than usual who are having issues with anxiety and heart palpitations. And but in any case, he gave me an EKG, and thank goodness that everything was okay, and I'm going back to see him in a month. So I have no idea what's going to be on the day that you're actually seeing this, but I do know that my responsibilities and your responsibilities are the same regardless of what is going on in the world. I'm just planning to focus on what I can change and what I can control, which is actually a lot less than sometimes what takes space in my mind. So a lot, actually, a lot. One really good thing is that I heard someone talking on a YouTube video, and they were saying that the best thing that we can all do is just smile at each other, be kind, and I completely 100% believe that. And everyone that I've come into contact today has really been doing that, and so have I. I try to always do that, but today it almost seems like a brave thing for me to do because I just feel the thickness of tension. Anyway, what helps you focus on your own responsibilities today? I will move on. Courage to change. I'll just take a moment to look this over. This reading is about choosing to act with integrity and living free of deception and guilt. And one way to accomplish that is to not manipulate people to get what we want. This passage is saying that it's very common to develop strong skills in manipulation because growing up in an alcoholic home, a lot of times that's what's necessary for survival. But when we know better, we do better, and we can, rather than manipulating, we can just politely ask for what we want and accept the response. That doesn't mean that we like the response, but we can be very clear in our communication. Don't say what we mean, but don't say it mean. And as I'm saying that, I'm thinking it really depends on the specific situation, and it really is much, much easier said than done. But I do think that for me, understanding how I behave and my motives for the way I behave has drastically changed my interactions and my expectations. And that's been very, very helpful for me. And I continue to progress one day at a time. I will close out with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. Here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Sending you love. Take care.